Recording. Cool. All that's recording. We got the screen down. Sorry guys again for the little discombobulation going on there. We'll pop this out so that way I can actually see if you guys ask some questions. All right. All right. So again, I start with Deck Screener. For me, it's like my go-to. I actually have like a bookmark. Boom, bookmarks, Deck Screener. And so this specific bookmark has like different settings on the back end. So that's why if I'm aping, this is a scenario for like brand new pairs. And hey, feel free to let me know like what you're more into, right? Are you talking, hey, I want to put, 0.25 soul into something and try to turn it into 5 soul? Am I working with 5 soul and I'm trying to trade, a little bit higher market cap coins and just trade them up to turn the 5 soul to 15 soul? Am I starting with 15, 20 soul and I'm trying to 10x my 15, 20 soul with, the least amount of risk? Obviously, I guess I have to say none of this is financial advice. Everything is extremely high risk, right? With meme coins. And especially the lower market cap, the more risk there is. So I'm going to go through and just talk about all those different scenarios. But if there's one specifically that you guys are kind of more in that range, let me know, right? Because if you're trying to flip 20 soul to 60 soul, you're obviously not going to be buying a $20,000 market cap coin. But yeah, so anyway, starting on Deck Screener. Deck Screener is my go-to. If you guys don't know how to use Deck Screener, just go to Deck Screener. Got your price, how long the token has been alive, how many buys, how many sells, the volume, and the market cap and liquidity. The things that I'm looking when I pull up a Deck Screener, I want to see the volume, obviously how old it is, because if I'm aping new pairs, right, I need to do a bunch of security checks on those to make sure, or to do best I can. I'm not getting to a freezable contract. I'm not getting somewhere where someone owns 60% of the supply and they're going to dump on me. So yeah. So one of the best places for Solana is RugCheck. And I'll share all these links in my chat afterwards. All I see is Google home screen. Are we still, really? My goodness. Let me find it. Give me 1 second. All I see is Google home screen. Hey guys, I guess I should get this out of the way. I smoke weed sometimes, and yeah, there'll be some issues along the way. But trust me, we'll get there. We'll get there. All right, let me change window. We gonna go live. Oh, here we go. All right. Cindy, you get it. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I mean? The daily struggle, but we're making it work. PooCoin come rocket. Let's get degenerate. He wants the dirt. All right, let's go. Let's go. We're getting there. So, like I said, Deck Screener, right? Let's just say that you're starting out, you don't have any of this on here. You're just going to Deck Screener. Again, I have Solana selected over here, but it'll work for, whatever ones you're looking into. Solana, Ethereum, Binance Base. Okay, so we're on Solana. This is the original pop-up, right? What I like to do, especially if I'm doing like new pairs, if I'm trying to find out like something that's just launched under 100K and try to ride that up to 1 million, you got to do that under the new pairs. So if you go to trending 5 minutes, this is anything that's happened over the last 5 minutes. But what I like to do is filter. So minimum liquidity, we'll do 1,000. Maximum market cap, let's say 100K. Pair age, maximum age, let's say 10 minutes. Right, again, this is for new pairs. This is trying to find new pairs that come out. The volume doesn't matter. Okay, cool. All right, again, so we put it on new pairs that have only been out for at least 10 minutes. This only should be on Solana, so it's annoying. Do that one more time. Liquidity 1,000, maximum 100K. Pair A. It's a minimum. Oh, I guess 1. I thought I could do 10 minutes. So nothing to see here. So nothing has been launched in the last however many minutes. Now I also have these settings saved here. Is this being recorded? I gotta go soon. Yeah, dog. It's recorded. It's recorded. All right. So I like to see the R because that's the radium pools. You can see this just launched 53 seconds ago, right? So we're just gonna use this one as an example. Market cap is only 9.5K. There's 18K liquidity. So that all automatically kind of makes you a little sketch, right? Like, why is there more liquidity than the market cap? Kind of makes you raise an eyebrow. But again, we're just doing this for an example. So right click, open it up. I'm gonna copy the address at the top, and then I'm gonna go throw this into RugCheck. So boom, RugCheck right off the bat tells you risk analysis is super low. It's or super high. I mean, dangerous contract, low amount of LP providers, and a large amount of LP unlocked. Right. So you see right here, none of the LP has been burned yet. There's also tools I use if you're on Telegram. Let me see if I can pop this out. I can't pop it up and share, but there's a bot called Soul Sniper. Let's see here. Make this so you guys can see my whole screen. Okay, cool. Whoa. Yeah, man, that's crazy. So there's a bot here called Soul Sniper. Yeah, I'll send the links in my chat after this. So you can use Soul Sniper to find like early coins, right? So alpha scans, things that have been scanned throughout here. Now, you know how degenerate meme coins get, so you'll probably see some super sketchy stuff in here. So just be aware of that. But for example, how Soul Sniper works, right? So this person just scanned this contract for Ignite. This is the address. It'll tell you is the mint authority on or off, is the freeze authority on or off, is the LP burnt, how long it came out, and various such information like that. Another trading platform I use is Photon. I have a bunch of different Photon accounts, but it's super fast. If you guys aren't using Photon, you definitely should. Or BonkBot. And so, for example, this is moving a little bit. We're going to copy that contract address. BonkBot is also super solid because it's super fast, and it also gives you a few warnings down here. So down on the bottom right, I'm sure you guys can see that. Have I tried Bullocks? I haven't tried Bullocks, but I'm down. Bull X looks hella good. Yeah, I haven't tried it, but I'm down. Like I told you guys, man, I'm here to learn just as much as I'm here to share. So for sure. Okay, so Photon Mint Authority, Freeze Authority is the LP burn, right? And then you can do a quick scan. So you can find new pairs on Photon as well, but I again like to use Dex Screener. All right, so that's new pairs, right? So here's new pairs again. Just filter out. I have the liquidity set at 1,000, market cap max 50K, max age 1 hour. In this one, I had 24-hour transactions set to 150. And then that'll filter out any new tokens that come through there. And I always like to see them with the Radium pair over any other pair. That's just my personal preference. Now, again, if I was just to find one of these, right, this one just came out 50 seconds ago. So let's say I right click, open it up, copy this address here. I can pull up that Soul Sniper if I wanted, throw it in here. I can go into RugCheck, paste the contract right at the end of here. And then obviously I can put it into Photon. So all these different places, depending how fast you're trying to ate, these are all the things I will be checking to see. So on Photon, it shows you the LP's not burnt. On RugCheck, it shows you LP's not burnt. So yeah, probably would stay away from this one, right? Obviously, you want to see the LP burnt. You want to see the mint authority revoked. You want to make sure the contract isn't freezable. All these things will at least allow you to ate. Now, for me, my biggest thing is I want to see some activity on Twitter I might take the contract address and search for it on Twitter, especially as like the pairs have aged, right? If it's a new pair, obviously a lot of times you're not going to find any results, but sometimes you will. So you want to check. Social sentiment is absolutely huge. You can also take the contract address and search within Telegram. Say, hey, has this contract been posted anywhere else, right? In other places it's been posted. And then when you join these different alpha groups, like for example, let me see. Like so I hang out in the cookout. It's just me and some people that I've known for a while that hang out in the cookout. There's a bunch of different groups, right? That you trade along the way. Ansems, Soylana Manlets. This Lost Detective one used to be really good. There's another one called Finger, the SecBot, and what they're leading is really good, right? And so if this contract address gets posted in any of those chats, and I see it posted in a few different alpha chats, I'm like, okay, it's on people's radar, right? It might be something I want to look out to. Hibby, we're checking out. Good looks, good looks. 2K market cap, rip. Hey man, we're talking about new pairs here. That's why I asked you, how deep do you want to go? But again, so that's like new pairs. So if you're trading new pairs, like that's the stuff I want to be looking for. I don't know if you guys know about Pump Fund. We can go over Pump Fund, but I'll wait to see if we get requests for that. Okay, so that should cover new pairs, right? So that's anything from like 100K and below. Once you get over 100K, especially when it's in like the earlier time frame, you're going to be looking at trending. So on Dex Screener, you go to the 5-minute trending. And if you see something trending on here, that means either the team has paid for trending or the volume has picked up so much that it's hit the trending, right? So there's a bunch of different metas. I don't think I need to explain like what metas are to you guys, but you know, right? So like Andrew Tate has been a huge meta recently. Celebrities have been a huge meta recently. Obviously, used car back like in November, December. It was like, oh, used car, used fork, used whatever. Politicians have been a huge meta, right? And so understanding attention and when that meta is changing or forming and being early to those metas can pay off like dividends. So just wanted to kind of call that out because a lot of these things that you might trade, it like makes no sense, obviously, for them to go up, but you're just trading the attention. You're just trading the fact that other people are going to buy it. And it's like becomes a self-fulfilling prophecy. And the same thing, right? You got to sell when it starts going up because the self-fulfilling prophecy is that it's going to retrace, it's going to fall off, right? It's everyone knows that these pump, the ones that survive dump still, but they consolidate for a while and go back up. So as long as you're keeping that in mind, man, we'll be good. We'll be good. All right. So for example, Tate Brothers launched 23 minutes ago. So right click, open, boom. It's already at 1 million FDV, right? And that's in 23 minutes. It's a number 27 trending token. We go down to 1 minute. Now, if we were watching the new launches when this first came out, right? If you were watching new pairs when it first came out, you would have saw it launch. If it looks like it came from Pump Fund because it started around 60K. So let's see the first 2 minutes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Say you saw it at 5 minutes. You know that the Tate brothers are the trending meta right now. So what I would do, if I would have seen this, boom, copy that again over to Photon or Bullx, obviously, because some of the fam fuck with the Bullx. Would have pulled it up in here. All right, the biggest issue is that 50% is being held by whoever, right? But all these tokens have been like pumping to 600 to a million K. So if it was me and I would have seen this, I would have aped this like right around, this 100K mark and try to sell it at a 2-3x. I get into 100K, I sell 4 to 600K. That's literally 3x my money. I put in 1 soul, I get back 3 soul. When I'm talking about strategies, right? This is a new pair, a new launch strategy. Understanding the meta, making sure that you really understand the meta, double checking when you see that new launch. Like you're sitting here, you're listening to earlier today, right? I was listening to Bo and DB trading. They had cracked some short on some security that I don't know. I don't have like a futures trading account there, right? But I was listening, I was learning, I was seeing what was going on. But at the same time, I'm also sitting on another screen right here looking at new trending, seeing what's going on. What are people buying? Where is the volume going? And so if I'm listening and learning on one screen on Discord, and on the other screen, I'm literally watching to see if there's any new launches, then this is what I mean. If you don't have the time to be doing that, then I completely understand. This definitely wouldn't be for you, right? You'd be using a different strategy that we'll go over here in a few minutes. Okay. So let's see what the volume was on this. Oh. So Dex Screener again shows a better volume. I like to turn on volume, moving average, and I usually do it over the last 5 candles. I'm on a minute chart, right? So I just want to see, is the volume picking up or decreasing? What you'll normally see, and I'm going to go into fibs, and I know some of you guys are going to be like, this guy does fibs. Dude, fibs work for me. You know, it is what it is. So volume is declining, right? But price is grinding up. And so once it gets to a resistance area, a huge amount of volume is going to come in either to the upside or to the downside, right? Pretty much happens every single time. So I do a reverse fib, and I only point out the 618. So reverse fib, meaning I take the Fibonacci tool, and I take it from this swing high down to this swing low. I usually turn off the wicks because I think it gives you like a cleaner kind of price action move, like real buyers versus real sellers. All right, so with wicks off, that puts like resistance right around 1.1 million. So anywhere like within that range, like this is going to be pretty close, especially if you turn on the wicks and it touched it. Boom, resistance. We saw a bunch of volume come in to try to buy it up. Just try to get back here, and it looks like volume is about to cross back above this, and we'll see if this candle holds or not. This is one I found earlier. This is a good sentiment. Let me show you. And again, this is not me telling you to buy these things. I'm just trying to show you like what and why I would do something. So this one is called Diamond. I actually posted about it in the crypto chat. Have to drop off. Thanks, Bo. Honestly, I haven't seen a lot of MFers trade coins like this, or at least show it. Love this. Oh yeah, for sure, dog. I got you. This is like you know the the most risky I can have, right? What's the most riskiest thing I can do in crypto? It's trading new launch meme coins. Like that is like the most risk ever. But also, like you can take 0.2 SOL and turn it into 1 SOL, 2 SOL, 5 SOL, right? Like I've literally done it. And so I'll take these smaller bets, right? I'll bet 0.25 SOL. I'll take 2 to 3 SOL and make a bunch of bets on new pairs like throughout the day, and just try to rack that SOL up, right? So if I start at 2 SOL and I'm taking 0.25 bets, that gives me what, 8 bets to take? And yeah, and then all I need is one of those bets to pay off to hit like a 6x, 8x, right? Now I have my entire betting portfolio for the day covered for, and anything from there is, you know, either house profits or whatever it may be. All right, so again, this is one, I'm not saying to go buy this, but this is just me trying to explain again like what and how I came across it, right? So Andrew Tate, again, that is the meta. Everyone is trading Andrew Tate coins. That is the meta right now. So knowing that, you know, I was on Twitter and I just tweeted, I was like, oh my God, I need a play. Like, what's going on? But because I follow DGens and DGens follow me, one of the homies, Ryan, he was like, yo, I saw you say that you were looking for a play. Check out Diamond. It was deployed by the same contract as all the rest of the Andrew Tate tokens, right? And so now, if some random person just sent me this, yeah, I might be like, bro, like, I don't know what you're talking about. Like, no. But, like, this is a guy I went back and forth with. And, like, we're both reply guys. We've both been grinding, right? He knows about Neo Tokyo. We're both, like, involved with Neo Tokyo. So it gives you a little bit more sense there. I'm not just saying ate everything somebody sends, right? But specifically because he sent it, I was like, all right, yo, I'll go check it out. And so the price was around 200 market cap when he messaged me about it. And I know you guys are used to crazy lines, so the DB's crazy line, so you don't mind the line so much. Okay, so the price was around 200K when he first messaged me, and this was yesterday. So let's go to like a 15-minute. So I bought this pump, all right? So he had messaged me about it. I bought like right around this 200K pump. Price dumped all the way down to 50K. Like, obviously, I was like, damn, I messed up on that one. But if the thesis played out, then it was like, okay, this still makes sense. And so I didn't sell it. I was like, all right, we'll hold this for a few days. If the Andrew Tate meta continues, which obviously clearly it has, and you can tell that by looking at different new launches and like what percent of those new launches are about that meta. And so I was like, okay, if the meta continues out and people start realizing this contract was deployed from the same deployer, eventually it'll get speculation. Eventually it'll get speculation of people start bidding it, right? And so right now I'm up. I put in 2 SOL and it's up to 11 SOL. So I'm up again. Another reason why I love Dex Screener, because you can put in the amount of tokens you bought. So I bought 2 SOL worth, which equated to 1.4 million tokens. And I can just leave that I can leave that right there, and then I'll always know, like, okay, this is what my position is. So yeah, I bought $300 worth. I'm up, 1,300 bucks on this play, and I think the thesis is still intact, right? So it still makes sense. So it's like, yeah, I could sell some here, which if it starts breaking down under the 700K, then yeah, I probably will sell. Will still. I probably will sell some. But right now, like, it's just consolidating. It had a huge pump. It got up to its second level of its fib, pulled back, it held the support. I literally went into the chat. If you go look at the crypto chat, and I said, hey, if this pulls back between 800 to a million, it might be worth taking a look at. And it's all because of that thesis, right? What I'd be looking for here is this to pump up to probably 5 million. Again, if I'm taking the swing high and swing high, swing low. The furthest fib is for 4, so right around 5 million. So what I would want to see with this, the chart looks good, right? Higher lows, high, low, high, low. We're trying to put in a new high. We're holding this previous low. I would love to see it get up to this top target on the first fib move. So it already hit the 1 target and the 2 target on our fib. We want to see 3, 4, and that's on the first fib we drew from this high low. Once that would happen, we'll go ahead and delete this one. Oh, cool. And our new target, right, would be up to the 5. So let me go back, put that back on. So again, if it hits 2.8, I would expect it to pull back to 1.4 and then push back up towards 5 million. 1 second, let me get a drink of water. Oh, buddy. So yeah, this is the fibs, the social sentiment, and the narrative meta. Like if you have those things combined, you'll be good. ZZP, what up, my guy? Much love, brother. Man has a soundproof room. It's actually because I trade crypto and I gotta save myself from like the soft padded rooms. You know what I'm saying? How do you feel about base ETH memes as opposed to Sol? So I don't see anything wrong with them. Like I hold a few of them, mostly the bigger ones, but I don't trade the new pairs there. And the biggest reason is because I don't feel like I have an edge on any EVM chain. So you guys know EVM stands for Ethereum Virtual Machine. And so any EVM chain that's going to be, AVAX, Base, anything on that side is usually developed with Solidity. And the smart contract developers have all the tips and tricks. Like I used to get rugged so much on ETH. And like now with, like I said, using rug check, knowing what to check with freeze authority, there's so much that I can prevent and kind of control what I can control, right? And so, like, if I know how to do all these checks and I feel efficient and confident doing those checks, it makes more sense for me to play around there where I know I feel more confident versus some stuff on ETH where I'm like, I don't quite really know. Like, I feel like I've been taken advantage of a bunch. Like, I just feel like the ETH devs have their playbook down how to rug and get away with it. Whereas Sol devs, I've been able to spot rugs coming easier and prevent myself from getting rugged. So that's kind of my stance there. Laugh out loud. If there was, we'd all be rich. Oh wait, what do you say? Of course, not only the most established meme coins are on perps, also the ultimate cheat code just short of yeah, exactly. Very true. Again, if you want to hit it like big with memes, you got to be trading the coin before it hits a sex. Like if you're waiting for a coin to get listed on Bybit or Coinbase or whatever, and that's when you want to buy it, my brother, telling you that's not the time to buy it. For example, this is another one of my favorite coins. I turned $400 into $14,000 on Hammy. It's one of my best trades to date, and I still hold it. And I'll do another one I did really good. But yeah, so let's look at Hammy really quick. So the meta, what was the meta at the time? The meta at the time was normies coming in. TikTok was like super popping. There was coins like, oh, what do we think people like on TikTok? What are going to be TikTok coins that people will bid, right? And I have screenshots to like show all this. I don't think I need to, but I'm more than fine, like, you know, showing those if you guys are like, oh, I don't believe you. Like, you know, I'm open as a book. As an open book test, might I say. All right, so this was a new launch, right? So the meta was TikTok stuff, normie stuff. Hammy launched, and I didn't really know about the meme, but I was in a bunch of chats and I saw people saying like, "Oh, this is a huge normie meme. Everybody knows about Hammy. Everybody knows about Hammy. Everyone knows about Sad Hamster." And I was like, "What the fuck is that?" So I asked my girlfriend, well, my fiance. Sorry, don't let her hear that; she'll get pissed. I asked my fiance if she knew the meme. I asked a few other friends if they knew the meme. I like messaged some like people that were like high school teachers, asked them if they knew the meme. Basically, people knew about the meme. So the first day, I got into Hammy around 200K. I think I sold around 400K, and I just kept it on my watch list. I bought some more when it dropped down to like 200K, and I dropped some more again when it went down to like 400K after it pumped up a little bit. And this is over probably like a 2-week period. Let me see 2 weeks. Yeah. So this is probably over like a 2-week period. So this is this first pump here. Right. And I was like, okay, boom, it's still putting in, you know, higher lows. So we had the low here, higher low, higher low. I was like, yo, this thing could still send. The meta still made sense to me. And boom. So bought around here and aped up. It went up to 1 million and I sold, bros. I sold. I had like 4 sold in this thing, under $1 million bucks. It went up to 1 million. I sold, and I was like, all right, cool. Like, this was a great trade. Awesome. It pulls back. I was like, I don't know what's gonna happen. I'm gonna chill. Next thing I know, over the next few days, it goes from that million up to 7 million. And if I turn on the wicks, it went up to like 10 million, I'm pretty sure. Let's turn on the wick. Yeah, it went up to like 10 million, right? And I was in this play under like 200K, around 200K. Let's say 400K with like 4 sold. But I got shaken out because it was just like a lot of money. Then price pumped up to 10 mil, pulled all the way back. And once I saw that price go up to 10 mil and I saw this price hold here, right? Look at this. I was like, all right, it's kind of holding that support, like never really came down. I put in 400 bucks. I think it was like 3 sold. 3 sold at the time. Came out to like $396 actually. And then this thing just went on a friggin' massive rip. So I put that back in right around like 1.5. So it was around one of these dips over here. So let's just say boom. This thing ripped up to like 70, 80 million. 50x. No problem. Boom. All over the course of a few days. So yeah, I sold most of it, held some of it. It pulled back to like 20 million around here the first time. I bought more of it, and it's just kind of been trending down and sideways. I do think it's going to get a huge bid again. Again, not telling you to buy this, but this is what I mean where like you can really hit it big by being early to memes, right? The meta had shifted. So understanding the meta, got into the new launch. It went up a few, like 100%. I sold my initial. It came back down. I bought back in, right? I traded the chart. Once I saw it really break up to 10 million, I was like, holy shit, people actually think this thing is going to go. When it pulled back down to like the 1.5, put in more, and then rode up for the next ride. Now, could this have went to 0? Yeah, of course, right? But like the risk reward obviously was super worth it. 300 bucks to 14,000, super worth it. Again, so just using that strategy. My biggest problem on Sol was doubling down on my shitters while taking profits too early on the winners. Yeah, I mean, that's going to happen. It really depends on your bankroll. Like, what are you working with? Like, if you only have, let's say, 5 Sol, like, you got to take profits, bro. You got to work that up until you have like 20 Sol that you feel like you can swing back and forth, right? meaning like, okay, I'm starting with 20, I go down 10 SOL, but then I make 5 SOL the next day. And let's say I go down 8 SOL again, but then I make 8 SOL the next day. Like, unless you're swinging like that, then you need to be taking profits as soon as you see in 50, 60% gains, hit sell, bro. Stack up multiple 0.5 wins, right? If you're trading with 1 SOL, you see 50, 60%, sell it. Stack that up, work that up, get that up to 12 to 15 SOL. Once you have that amount, go back to your 5 SOL and be more aggressive with it. Take the 15, boom, right? Bring 5 back, and now be more aggressive with the 5. If your strategies aren't working when you're being more aggressive with that 5, then go back to how you were doing it before and grind up and grind up. I wasn't just winning like this all the time, bro. There was many times where I wasn't doing well. But I started trading memes heavily in like October, November, SOL memes in particular. And so, October, November, December was really good. January was great. I think it fell off in like March, April, May picked up a little bit. But I had worked up enough SOL that I could like take bigger swings and like I felt super comfortable, right? But you can start with not a lot of SOL. Like you can be putting 0.1s, play this with 0.1 SOL. Say you got 1 SOL, take that 0.1 and just try to double it. And if you do the proper checks, you can try to double it with limiting your downside. So we talked about, and I'll talk about that strategy right now. That's a strategy that I'll cover right this second, which is basically how do I take 0.1 SOL, try to make it to turn it into 1 SOL, and then keep grinding that way. Again, this is only going to work for lower amounts of Solana. Like if you're trying to do this with 10 SOL, you're being super, super risky. Let me make sure there's no other questions. What's your biggest dub today? Well, wild. Yeah, probably Hammy or Miro. I was calling Miro at 3 million and it hit a high of 480 million. So that was a pretty good one. But there's other ones too that were like, I'm just trading attention, right? Where I'll buy something at 20K with like 0.1 SOL. It'll run up to, a million. And now I got like 2 SOL or something, right? Like that's a huge percentage win, but it's not a huge like dollar amount win. Can you show the VIBs again on Diamond? Yeah. So this is how I do like the fib. So I like the fibs work for me. Some people it may not, whatever, but they work for me, so I use them. All right, so let's erase all this as if it was a brand new thing. All right, so you're gonna take fibs from movement. So we'll do the 1 minute chart, right? And we're playing these movements. The swing high. Yes. So right, this would be the swing high to the swing low. It's a reverse fib, right? And so I'll show you how to set it and everything, and also the settings I use for it. And then once the reverse fib is set up properly, what you're looking for is to see if it's clearing levels, if it's holding levels, and if it's clearing levels, right? So this is the fib. So this is not even showing it on, even without candles. Let's turn everything. So I think how it comes is like it has all these set. So here, I'll take a screenshot of this really quick. So these are the settings. So I turn off my trend line. So the trend line is off. I extend them to the right. I just sent a picture of how this is set, so you can do that. I turn off the background, so no background. Prices and levels. I have my labels to the right on top, however big you want them. And that's like the setting I have. The reason why is because meme coins are so volatile that like I kind of want to filter out the noise and I only want to see the key levels. And so because we're taking the fib levels, we're taking the fib levels from the swing high, right, which is right here, down to the swing low, which will be right here. The 618, it's called the golden pocket. It's like 618 between 0.618 and 0.615. So that level is always going to be the most important level. if the price, so let's see. Let me do a better example for you. So imagine it was this morning and you saw this run up and you're like, holy shit, what the hell? And so what was the high? So this was the swing high. And then where did the ultimate low go to? And so you're tracking this in real time, right? Actually, let's see if we can. Oh, I can't do it. I'm not on trading view. So you're tracking this in real time. So you're watching. You saw this high get put in. You see the price come down, and you see it bounce a little. And so say the price is like right here, right? So you've been watching this whole thing. You looked at the swing high. You got the swing low. The 618 is the most important level. If the candle is underneath, I wish I had my trading view set up. If the candle is underneath the 618, obviously that's resistance. It needs to break above it. And once it gets above it, it needs to hold when it's coming back down for support. Right? So both of those things happen, which is great. So you saw this huge run up. You saw the pullback, right? You saw it break the 618. And if it breaks the 618, it's a high likelihood it's going to go to the 1618, right? This level, or the 2618. You know pullback is coming. Nothing goes up in a straight line forever, right? So boom, price pumps up to the 2618, pulls back to the 618. You buy that pullback, and then this is probably a 2x. Let's measure this. Let's say you didn't get it perfect, but you got it around there. But let's say you got the top perfect. That's an 80% move. I'm not saying you need to sell that move, but you know, if you're grinding your way up, like we're talking about, this is where you should be selling these, right? You're buying one soul at support, you get up 50%, sell it. Until you can do this and see and be comfortable enough to be like, okay, I can hold it, or your bankroll allows you to take more risk and hold it. All right, now let's keep going. So now you can see the price is trying to fight it above the 618. To me, I am bullish on this chart still and this asset, right? So I'm still holding it. But again, I got in at 200K. Using this fib, since we hit the 2618 and we pull back and we hit the 618, I'm doing the same thing again. I'm taking a fib, taking it from the swing high down to the swing low. Now this gives me my two most important ranges, right? If it gets above this top 618, then it should at least get to the 1618 for that one. Now I know it's hard for you to see, but look. Again, we're taking that swing high from here down to the swing low here. It's just the next move. It's just the next momentum move, right? So this was the first momentum move. Oh, of course, I don't have all my stuff set. This was the first momentum move, up, down, it held it, and it broke through. So now we're looking for the next momentum move, which would be, obviously, since it just swung high, it's going to swing back low. If it holds here, not every meme coin is going to hold here, trust me. But if it does, that's the great buying spot. And you want to see it continue up to the 4618, because again, that's the top side target of this first move. And remember, the first move, you can see this dot and this dot. So that's the top side target of this first move, right? And now we're going to do the same exact thing for the second momentum move. I don't think I've ever recorded me saying all this, so this is actually really good. I'll clip this up. Okay, so second momentum move, right? It hit the 2618. It pulled back to the 618, exactly where you wanted it to hold. So we're going to take that swing high. Boom, this swing low. And now my range is formed. My range is between 75 and 14, right? So that's about 100%. Now, it sounds kind of crazy because you're like, bro, your range is between 100%. Well, I mean, this is just what the chart's showing us. And again, it's such a small market cap, you know, anything could move this. So if it's going to stay bullish, right, we want to see it get up to this 4618 because that's the first move. That's the range for the first move. And look, the 1618, so this is that second move. The 1618 is right below it at 24. So it would probably be a really good idea to take profit or think about taking profit between 24 and 29, right? Because if the momentum continues and it has another big swing up, like this swing up right here, that swing up should take us right around here. And once that level is broken, this 618, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to do another fib. We're going to take that swing high. We're going to come down. Hopefully this holds. That swing low, and we'll have a new range. And this works until it doesn't, right? If it broke down between 750 right here, like convincingly, then I would try to sell the retest. So for example, if the chart does something like this, and it can't break out, let's say it gets to here, but it just can't break out, and it comes down here, and then it goes under, well, when it retests here, I'm selling that because it most likely carries back over, right? And so instead of trying to get my crazy, let's see, where's 200K? So let's just say it's like around here. So instead of trying to get this crazy move up to the high side and hit a 10x, right? I would more so sell like right here for like 100%. So I still double my money, but not actually, getting the crazy amount of gains. But look what I'm saying though. I'm settling for a 2x. Like, you know what I mean? I'm settling for a 2x. Okay. Now obviously the positive side, this does come up, it does break through, it comes back, tests it, gets up to that level, comes back, tests again, and then we keep going higher. And then once that would happen, once this 418 was hit, I erased my first move. Boom. Now I'm not worried about that first move anymore. I have my second move, technically, that was set up. So this second move, let me try to highlight it. So you see the two dots, right? This was the first, this was the second. And then I would be playing this move, which would be my third one. And now this would be the range. And now I'd be playing this until this range broke. And so as more volatility happens, some of these ranges might break, but that's where you can sell the top on the volatile move up and buy back in on the dip. Another thing to be watching for is volume. How do I make this a little bit bigger? All right, so look at the volume of some of these moves. Let me go to 5 minutes. So this is a good example. So this is kind of exact, right? And sorry, on TradingView, I have all of my stuff set. On here, I don't. So boom, look where the volume corresponds here. So you can see the volume is super low, right? I don't know if you guys can see it. Let me know in the chat if you can see it. I need to learn how to do fib retracement lines. Help, spitting game right here. Cool. Amazing, thank you. Put the next 618 always on the highs. So it's not the 618 you're putting on the highs. So when you click fib here, so I'll show you. So if you turn on 0, make this a white line. So if you turn on 0 and if you turn on 1, so 0 and 1 is your starting point and your ending point, right? So you start at 1 and you go down to 0. I just turned mine off because it's, I don't want to pay attention to those lines, but that's how you, if you turn them on, you're taking the swing high is the 1 and the swing low is the 0. All right, swing high is the 1, swing low is the 0. Now, but I don't like to pay attention to those. I just, if you need them to, as you start setting it up, I get that. But yeah, so let's set that fib back on. Boom, swing high, swing low. And now double click there, turn them back off. And then that'll set your, and so that automatically sets where the 618 is, right? So it's not like you going in and changing that. And then the other lines, as you go up, it's just a deviation above the 618, right? So 1 deviation above 618, 2 deviations above 6, 3 deviations above, 4 deviations above, right? And so the strongest moves, and you could keep going 5, 6, 7, but from what I've in my experience, like the strongest moves, like hit the 4, 6, 1, 8. And that's just like, oh my God, you absolutely crushed it. The moves that, if you're trying to guarantee yourself profit, is the 1, 6, 1, 8, right? If you get above 6, 1, 8, it's likely that you're going to get to the 1, 6, 1, 8. And so you're buying these pullbacks, right? So if you saw this run up, if I have a support resistance line right there, right? The first Well, I was going to tell you about volume, but let me finish the 618 stuff. So again, that first run up, boom, wick high, comes down here, wick low, cool. Now, once it broke that 618 here, I'm like, okay, it's highly likely it's going to the 1618, right? Again, I was in down here, so I wasn't adding or anything. I was just like, let's see it keep going, obviously. So it broke the 618, boom. I was confident we get to the 1618, but it actually got to the 2618. Then it pulls back. And so this is where you start shitting your pants a little bit. And you're like, oh my God, please hold, please hold. And that's why I messaged in the chat and I said, hey, this could be a good area, between 800K and 1 million. Now, the exact level was 7,400K or whatever. But, 800 to a million is still decent value range. If you think it's going to go from 800 to a million up to at least 1.5 again, right? That's a 50% move. So if it holds 748 and it goes up here, that's 100%. But even if you bought it at a million and it goes to 1.5, that's a 50%. And so again, with this idea here, it's like, hey, as long as it's holding this, we're happy. And we want to see it break above and come back down and hold this. And so that's how I play this, the 618s. So we want to see it break above, get to the second 1618 move. Again, that's the 1618 move from this fib retracement, from this retrace, right? Fibonacci retracement tool. This was the retracement. This is where we threw our fib on. And again, the 1618s and the 618s is like where I find most value. 1618 is the golden ratio, which is pretty much everyone uses. Some people use others also. Yep. Very true. Gonna rewatch this when I get home. Hopefully it's being recorded. I am recording it. Yep, still recorded. We're 45 minutes in. But I mean, I planned on hanging out and kind of just showing this stuff for most of the day. So feel free to dip out if you don't have the time or if you're busy or if I'm just boring the fuck out of you. Okay, cool. All right, so where was I at? I think volume. So the next thing is volume. So once you have your fib, and dude, I'm also super open, guys. So like, always feel free to tag me in one of the chats and just be like, hey, but would you? I had questions about this, or I wanted to know about that. So yeah. Okay, so fibs good. Now look at the volume. So when you're going into these fibs, like you want to find out, is volume coming for the carry through? Because volume is what helps continue pushing price in whatever direction, or obviously causing the reversal. So I do a 5 minutes. So moving average line 5. Oh, sorry. So if you double click your candles down here, you go to moving average line 5, turn on your volume MA. And so this just tells you, what's been going on with the volume. Obviously, volume has been trending down, right? But just like you saw over here, volume trended down. And when it came in huge to the upside. All right, so boom. This was the bottom candle. And you can see this is where the volume died out. All right, so the bottom candle was a volume dying out. But if you look, so this was the low again for the volumes. But you can see volume starts creeping up. All right, you see volume start to creep up just as price is doing the same. And then once price gets back to this Fibonacci level, right, this was our first resistance. So this was like, oh shit, is this going to stay bullish? Is there going to be follow through to push us over this resistance? Because just like we want to hold it as support, if it fails as resistance, that's not good. So again, just as you've seen volume coming in, right, it gets right to this Fibonacci level, and then you see the biggest volume candle break through that trend line. And that big candle pushed us all the way up to 2 deviations above the 618, right? And so if you bought this, broke out, boom, that's a 100% move right there. Or let's say you only caught half of it, it's a 50% move right there. Now, if you're using something like Photon or like Bullex, like the homie was saying, then I'm sure like they'll go, super, super smooth. So remember this bro one we talked about? Remember we talked about this? You talked about this? I don't know if you guys remember that. 5, 10, 15, 20. At the time it came out, it was out for 25 minutes. So it was right around this 400, 500K level. Watch this. Let me take this. Boom. Let me Is my voice cracking up? Sounds crazy. How do you remain rational after wins and losses? Yeah, it gets hard, to be honest. Okay, so look, am I chopping up? Because for me, it sounds crazy, like Darth Vader type shit. Is that anybody else? Sounds good. Okay, this on my end. Okay. Um. So on this one, right? We were watching this one at 23 minutes. It had been 23 minutes old. Is it still open on one of these? Let's see. Let's pull this back up. Again, I like looking on Deck Screener at two things: the volume, and that's honestly really it. So the volume. Oh, and the time. So it's been out for 1 hour, right? So let's go back down to the minute. So we were watching this on the minute, and let's go 23 minutes in because I remember it being 23 minutes in. Boom. So 23 minutes in. So this was the candle. Let's put a vertical bar there just to remind ourselves. And let's turn this vertical bar yellow. Okay, so when we first saw this, it was 23 minutes in. It was putting in higher lows, and it was pumping up, right? So let's just say we kept watching. We didn't buy, we were just watching it. So we were watching this, right? Boom, it pumped up to 1.3. Big sell-off. Came down. Looks like it found a bottom right here. And so when we saw this first pump up, we're like, okay, if it puts in a higher low after this first pump up, it could be worth a bet. So it came down, put in a higher low. Volume started increasing. Price got up. Volume's highest candle was actually not the breakout candle, but that was continuation, right? So now we're going to see if it's going to get to this 0.2 move. So again, this didn't come all the way down and test 1 million, but that would have been the buy. And if I turn on the wick, it might have. Let's see. Okay, so there were some wicks. Let's put the fib on the wick. Again, I don't really like doing the wicks. This is all personal preference. So in this one, boom, it came down, touched the wick. It's working up to try to touch the 1618. But again, I don't personally like doing that. I'd rather have it this way. But you can see, right? It put in that swing high, put in that swing low. We're on a 1 minute chart. It held it for 1 minute, right? It broke through. It held it for 1 minute. Boom, it pushed up. It just hit its first target. Let's see if it hits its second target and then ultimately the fourth target. And so this is knowing the meta, watching new launches, and then just, watching the chart. Now, these could easily roll over, right? This is not like something, oh my God, this works every time. I'm a millionaire. Like, I'm not saying any of that. I'm just saying, like, these are, the things that I look out for to try to get some of this stuff. So you can see down here on this, another token called Karma. I invested a total of 0.48. I sold a total of 0.84, and I have a 0.2 moon back left of it, right? So I didn't do anything crazy. I put in 0.48. I doubled it. I 2x'd it, so I sold. I got my initial plus 100 2x, and I still have 0.2 in there. And now I'm just going to let that, if it runs, it runs. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Very similar to like what DB was saying, like, oh, just holding on to runners. Okay, cool. Oh, this is good. Boom. All right, cool. All right, guys. Hopefully, you're getting some value out of this. Next, we'll go, I guess, into to large caps. Like I said, with the volume thing, volume is just looking to see if it's going to do a follow through. You just want to see if it follows through. But yeah, this one's running now. And even if you would have bought like the top of here, 1.3, if you waited to buy this little breakout, 1.2, almost at 2x. The thing is, though, people get greedy and they don't sell. You gotta sell. Now, you don't have to sell at all, but because these are such high risk, and this could quite literally, I've seen it happen, go like this. Like I've literally seen that happen, like within 3 minutes, the chart is down to like 50K. So you gotta be taking profits when they're there. It's back to my diamond. So I'm still in this trade. Again, I put 2 SOL in. That 2 SOL is now almost 12 SOL, right? Still putting in, put in its high, put in its low. It got rejected the first time. We really don't want to see it get rejected again, but hey, it might. And I'm so tired, I got to go to sleep a bit. Please record so I can watch later. Yeah, yeah, it's definitely being recorded. So you're good to go, my brother. Thanks, Mute, for showing up. Spooty for showing up. Fujita for showing up. What's that? I Fly Hill, Zed, Atlas, J, V from 700. Appreciate you guys. Yeah, if there's any specific tokens or any like specific things, let me know. The first strategy, that was kind of like one of the very first strategies. Another strategy, again, that works for if you're playing with a smaller bag, is this strategy. Now, this strategy is kind of crazy. This strategy is kind of nuts. But it's called the 90% down time to 8 strategy. What you're going to do on these ones is you're going to go to Deck Screener. You're going to see what's trending, right? And a lot of these trending used to be trending, and then they went 90% down. But what you'll see, this strategy was incredibly profitable in January. January, the strategy was like, oh my God. Okay, so this is a good one. Miko, 23 minutes. It's at 28K. All right. So this trading shitcoins for so long, like I see what's going on here already. Most likely the dev is farming the chart, right? So that's why you see so many little wicks on that rollover. This probably isn't the best one for this. Again, only because I can identify like what's going on in the chart. But what you will see oftentimes, so do the example. Let's turn off these wicks. Boom, 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 boom. Probably dump all the way down. Now let's go down to a 1 second chart. And what I want to see is what was the first buying block? Like the first block of buys, like where did the price go? Right? And so you can see here, if you go down to the 1 second chart, then you go all the way back to its inception. You put in this little guy here. So this is the 1 second chart. And how's it going, Bo Woodruff? Bro, I'm so new to this shit. I want to ask, what would be the first step to learn to reading charts, etc.? So when I first got started, I watched a shit ton of YouTube videos. Some were good, some were bad. Ended up finding someone that I really liked. And then I just went through his old videos, just be like, okay, like what can I learn? There's also some books you can get. And there's some people you can follow. So tag me with this question in the crypto chat or somewhere, or just remind me about it. And after the stream, I'll go over like some great resources to use. Because I think I have a bunch saved. Like do I still have this? I might have it right here. Hold on, let me see. Oh, cool. Computer running slow. New studio, who this? What up, Shams? Oh, also, there's someone you can follow. Yo, Fujita. Say what's up to Shamsi. Shamsi's Fujita. Shamsi is really good with TA, and Fujita is looking for places to learn it. I'm pretty sure he's doing a little call later, so I'll be there for that. But yeah, I'll try to find the doc that I was actually talking about to you, and I'll drop it in here for it. But okay, back to the strategy really quick. So you see something run up, right? You go to the 1 second chart, you go to that first block of buying, which was right here. This was the first little pause in buying. So this was bought up, right? So everybody outside of these people has a chance not to be in profit. So these guys, these first few buyers have been in profits, from the gate. And so what I'll do is I'll go to the 1 second, I'll find that area, I'll put on this little line there, and then I'll go back to the 1 minute chart. And so often, the price will eventually trade back to that area, right? Boom, 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 boom. Eventually that price trades there. And I'll trade just that. I'll buy that and I'll get 50% and I'll sell it. And if you have 0.1, or if you're working with an extremely small amount of capital, you just find charts like this over and over and over all day long. All the new pairs, you basically find the new pairs, find the ones that run up, and you're just trading for 50% pullbacks. I'm sorry, 90% pullbacks, and you're just trading to try to win 50%. And you can grind up a bag that way. So if you're super broke and you're super new, that is 100% a strategy. And I swear to God, if you actually sit and look for that over and over and over, you will see it so many times. It's insane. Again, in January, I was absolutely crushing with that strategy. I was waiting for it to fall back. I was buying anywhere from 0.25 to 0.5 SOL. It was going up 50 to 100%, and I was selling it. And I was getting win after win after win after win after win. So I'd have like 3 or 4 days where I'm making, 3 SOL off of just making 4 or 5 trades that were just like that. And not risking a lot of capital, right? Like the market cap's already 7K. How much lower can it go? Like, okay, yeah, obviously if it goes down to 3,500, that's a 50% loss. But I've just hit it so many times. So also you got to adapt your strategies. Like if you see a strategy's not working anymore, obviously you don't want to go back to it. So, play it out first. Go watch it. Wait till you see it happen a few times before you actually, try to deploy it. The candlestick trading Bible, Cooper. I think this is exactly what I was gonna send him. It's crazy. But okay. Okay, back to, so that's like the super small ones, right? And let's see if we can find a few more examples here. This bro coin is now the #1 trending coin. That's funny. And so look, it got right up to our TP2, right? Our second target that we thought. And if you turn on the wick, it likely hit it. Look, yep, boom. So you hit it once, you hit it twice, you hit it 3 times. And now we'll see if it rolls back over, right? And so if this was the first swing high to swing low, if this was the first swing high to the first swing low, and so we put our fibs in from that, right? Let's turn off the wicks because we want that real juicy data. So that was the first swing high, swing low. Here was the second one. Swing high, swing low. And then again, if you turn on the fibs, turn on the wicks, it'll be a little bit different, obviously. So it's up to you which one you're using. Swing high, swing low, right? And so what are our 2 ranges? Our range is between 1 million and 1.5 million. So as long as price is coming back and hanging out in those ranges, obviously we want to see 1.5 hold. Like this is the one we really want to see hold. But ultimately, if it's staying above 1 million, it's still not too bad. If I was worried about this and it came below this 1.5 and it hit this 1 million, I'd sell this retest. Right? I wouldn't panic sell and sell it down here. I would try to sell this retest. Some of the settings you can turn on to make sure your buys go through. So if you're over here, you make your slippage whatever you want. The higher the slippage, the better chance, obviously, you're going to get it through. But really, what you want to change is your bribe amount. If you change your bribe amount to like 0.015, you have so it actually gives you right here, it says 0.02. So that means the higher this bribe amount is, the more activity there is on chain right now. So if you wanted to really get yours through, you change that to 0.025, right? And why is that important? Because like if I'm trading and I'm trying to nail these freaking moves, like this is on a 1 second chart, and look, it doesn't stay up here for long. Like it stayed above 2 million for let's see, about 8 minutes. That's 8 minutes. 8 minutes isn't bad. But let's say it was just this first move. Sometimes like you're watching and it only stays above that target that you want for a few minutes. And so if it was only up there for 2 minutes, you're trying to really get that transaction off in those 2 minutes to make sure you're locking in your profits. So definitely wanted to share that. Okay, let's go back. Uh-oh. We're getting a break. We got a little break to the upside. We want to see this break to the upside. Playing with this right now. We'll see if it actually happens. Because again, like I said, I'm targeting like 5 mil. I want to see this thing run up, hit around 2.8, 2.5, come back down, hold like 1.8, 1.4, and then do one more big push up to 5 mil. I want to sell that 5 mil. And then when or if it drops back down to like, 2.5, 3 mil, I want to put back in my original amount. That's what I'm looking for on this one. Again, it's because what is the meta, right? What is there's more reasons behind just, I'm just buying it just to buy it. If you ate every shitcoin buying it just to buy it, like, it's gonna be a tougher road. But again, this could fail. At any point, this could completely dump. You need to worry about that. Also, if you go to holders, usually when you see holders, this one person has 6%. This one person has 5%. This person has 3%. 3%. That's a lot of percents. So you got to be worried about that. You got to be understanding that, hey, if these wallets start dumping, or what you can do if you turn on this filter, it'll show you all the transactions of this person, of that wallet. So this person bought 1.2 SOL when the price was it's like 9K. Right? So this person's up massive. About $200 or 90K. I'm sorry. Was that right? Hold on, let me see. What's the current price? The current price is 0.001, and that's a million. So yeah, 0.30s. So I don't know if that's a 9K. Either way, he's up massively. And so if he starts dumping, right, you got to be worried about that. You got to know what's up. So go to the holders. You can copy all these contract addresses. You can click here to filter just to see if they're buying or selling, obviously. But you can also copy these contract addresses and pull up a notepad, paste those contract addresses, right? Like, how much do you want it? How hard are you willing to grind for the bag? These are all little things that you can be doing to double check. There's another tool recently found out about called what is it called? Bubble Maps. I haven't bought this yet, but I'm kind of thinking about it. So Bubble Maps will show you if there's like a bunch of like transactions that happened between wallets. So let's say like I'm a sniper, and as soon as the token launches, I snipe, 20% of the supply. But I'm trying to trick you, and I don't want you to know I have 20% of the supply, so I send it to a bunch of my other wallets, right? I send one to Jay, one to Fujito, one to Shamsi, one to Cooper, and I'm like, yo, guys, like, sell this when I tell you to sell it, and I'll give you a small percentage of it. And then we all dump at the same time. So you got to watch out. There's a bunch of different things you got to watch out for, right? So if you paste the contract address in here, it'll show you, how many tokens have been transferred within the same wallet. Now, it's not always so weird, right? Like this person right here. Like maybe I just want to split up the amount I have. It's not that weird. It's like, yo, I'm going to send one here. If I send one to Photon and leave one on BonkBot, whatever it is. But when you start seeing stuff like this, it's kind of like, oh shit, like what's going on here? Maybe it's time to investigate. Just they own 2% of the supply. Are they selling small amounts from different amounts, So it's a good tool to use. So remember the tools I told you about. Roadcheck, obviously. On Telegram, there's a bunch of tools, but like Soul Sniper, Soul Scanner is a really good one. The Crypto Bubbles one, or I'm sorry, it's called Bubble Maps. That's a good one. Another one that I use is called Ray. So it's on Telegram. If you look for Raybot, RAY bot, so on a Ray wallet tracker, you track a bunch of different wallets. It's a good thing to do because you can get notifications. So say if you're in one of these coins and you're looking at these top wallets, you can add all these top wallets to that wallet tracker, right? And so if you're on Telegram and all of a sudden you're getting bing, 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 and all these wallets are freaking starting to sell, hey, it's probably smart that you should go look what's going on. So yeah, bunch of different little tools like that. How do we find the contract addresses that deploy a token? I remember you saying about this with Diamond, token being deployed by the same address as other. Oh, that's super easy. So you take the actual contract address, right? It's a little bit easier on Photon. And Photon right here has contract address deployer, right? So right there it tells you this is the deployer. This is who launched the contract. So stuff like that. Also you can go through it on SoulScan, obviously, Like if you go on SoulScan and you go all the way back to the very first transaction, and then you just go through each wallet. Now this was like some real on-chain sleuth stuff. It gets real annoying, especially when SoulScan isn't like the most user-friendly. But like you can see here, right? So OKX, since he sent money in from OKX, which is where he minted and created the tokens. And then This must be a new token. Meme museum. Uh-oh. Did we just stumble upon some alpha? Did we compute budget set? So this is auto sell. Balance changes. So this guy's just clipping meme museum right now. So yeah, like it's beyond the scope of trying to like show you how to go through contracts and everything right now. But I mean, like, I'm happy to help you at some point. It's just right this second's probably not the best time to go through it. But yeah, it's just going through contracts. So like this is one place someone asked me earlier about Ethereum and Base. Like I'm much better using blockchain explorers on Ethereum and Base than I am Solana. They're just a little bit differently set up, but you know, it's a learning curve. But what'd you bring in a heat? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Can you drop the links to those sites tools you just mentioned? Yeah, dog. I got you. I got you. So rug check is one. Photon, but some of the homies said that this Bull X thing is better, and I haven't checked Bull X yet, so I'll check that out soon and let you know if that's probably a good one that I think or whatever. I'm like a boomer meme coin trader, you know what I mean? I'm like, I got my tools, I'm setting my ways. Not really. I'm always on the lookout for new stuff. Like this bubble maps thing, I've just kind of like recently found out about it. And another big thing, guys, is just like when you're on Dex Screener, just like looking at these things right here, right? Who are the top traders? Who are the top holders? Like going through, taking those contracts and like looking at them if you need to. Those are really going to help. There's Ray Wallet, Tractor Bot on TG. Souls, right? Oops. Bullet's not open for everyone yet, pretty sure. Oh, it's not. It's exclusive. Thanks for your class, but would you banger? But would you bangers? Appreciate your crew. Thanks for stopping by, my brother. Yeah, so I mean, we went over like that 90% strategy is really good if you're super low. Using the fibs is like really good just because it'll give you like limits and give you areas to be like, okay, I should be selling, or I should be thinking about selling, or I should, making decisions. For me, it works. Um, Photon, obviously, or BullX, if it's available to you. Yeah, oh, the villain, that's hard. Um, Bonk is dead and Trojan the copy trade. I still like Bonk. I still like Bonk. Please Bonk every now and then. Yeah, Trojan is good for copy trading, but like I don't really like to copy trade other wallets. Um, for me, I've gotten burned a lot, but yeah, I guess if you're good at it, obviously do it. Yeah, it has to be a good wallet, right? Um, but yeah, so definitely interested if you guys look at SoulScan or know how to look through block explorers. I'm definitely interested in chatting and talking more about that because I'm decent at it, but like if someone's like really good or if you have just high confidence in doing so, I'm definitely down to like go over kind of like a putting together not really a course, but just like a video, right? Showing people how to do it because I think that's where you're gonna find a crazy amount of value. Because obviously it's real, right? It shows you right there. This is what's going on. Okay. Net, got you, bro. No problem. No problem. All right. Is there any other things, any other like specific coins or thoughts or anything? Let me know. If not, I'll probably wrap up in like the next 5 minutes. So if so, let me know. If not, no big down. Yo, I'm sitting down to help and learn, talk to Bo, and let me know. I mean, yeah, Bo's cool. He's just telling me to like do my own thing. So yeah, just get with me. We'll hop on like a Discord call. We can look through some different stuff that you use, and then we can set up one of these little events. Um, okay. Also about my channel, so like I'm much more gonna be talking about stuff that I think is gonna have a higher win rate. Like I'll shoot contract addresses that like I think may pop off in the actual what is it called crypto channel or crypto chat or whatever. But when it comes to my channel, probably expect less pings with like the thought of maybe higher quality. Doesn't mean they're gonna go up. Obviously, but like that's like what more so I would expect from there. Um, so yeah, there's that. Evelyn, no problem. Net video will be so killer. Appreciate it. Yeah, no problem, no problem, no problem. It's all family. Missed it. We're recording though, so no problem, bro. If you have any questions, you can ask me now. Again, remember those settings that I told you about. So on deck screen, if you're looking for the new pairs, maybe in not so what's tomorrow? The next stream, I don't know when that'll be. I'll try to do them rather often because like I'm always just hanging out. I'll go over like the bigger cat memes. Can you give a link to the soul bot? Yeah. I actually talked to the soul sniper teams too, and they were like, we had some things worked out. I don't know if I still might be able to try to get us like a better setup. How do I view topic? Ay, ay, ay. Let me see how to add somebody. View group info. Hey, there it is. All right, boom. Copy link. And so there's a bunch of these bots too, right? There's another one called like TCG or TGG bot. Let me see. Let me see bot. Yeah, so this is another one. It's pretty decent. Oh, they charge now? It's not the last thing. I'll find it for you. I'll find some links. Thanks, Mang. How do you say your name? Mangulika. Mangulika. Yeah, Atlas sounds good, brother. Mr. 305, you in Miami? Um, oh, so look, we broke back below this little range, man. We're not breaking out decisively. We don't like that. We don't like that at all. All right, Jay, peace out. Is that not dead? Yes, sir. It's recorded. Fizzy, got you. No problem. No problem. Many more to come. You need to drop the link of Ray Wallet Tracker, please. Yeah, we should do that. I think it's on this phone. To get fast enough. Um, it looks like I can't do that. So, oh wait, share. There's link. Oh, boom. Yep. Here we go. Here we go. Okay, we're almost there. Boom. Bull Xbot. No, I don't have that one. Someone else was telling me about that. I gotta get there. Yo, definitely get back to the patients, bro. Come on. Would be curious to check out Bullets for sure. They have a trending page that some other traders now have been cooking in. I'd be curious to hear what your strategy is. Yeah, I can show you like, that's the same thing like I mean, I don't know if it's the same thing, but yo, this bro one we didn't get into, but this thing is fucking rocking. It just hit its core goal at 3.5. And yeah, we found this one at 800K. So, not crazy gains, but gains nonetheless. Even if we would have bought like the top, let's say we bought the top around 1.3 mil, still be up 2x and it hit almost 3x. But yeah, for new pairs, heads up, fee discount and 5x multiplier for airdrop in 30 minutes. What is this? Oh, you sent an invite. Yeah, get that ref up, baby. I ain't mad at you. All right, so new pairs. So like you were saying, like well, I guess I can just sign this up right now, huh? Is what you're saying? Are you telling me just to sign up and show you what the fuck I would do? So I'll do that. Start. Your access code has been redeemed. Enjoy the most advanced feature-packed hybrid trading system. All right, all right, all right. I don't have all of them. But what is happening? Everything you need and more. Oh, I'm gonna send you some soul. What the fuck is? Are you guys gonna judge me for my soul wallets? Hold on, let me move this so you can't see them. Dumb songs. All right, let me send in here. 3.1 into this. Point one. Dude, maybe I'll just share this wallet for the bullets and we'll try to run up point one. I can do it, you can too. All right. I don't know what I'm looking at, but from initial looks, I would filter. I would obviously want all this stuff to be turned on. I don't care as much about the 10 holders. Uh boom. Yeah, so this is similar to photon. Eh, what's happening? Um 19 by 2. So this uses soul scan, gives you on home X website Telegram 17 seconds ago, like that. Well, I guess if it shows pump tokens, I can't really set the liquidity or the volume. I obviously I still want if I'm doing new pairs, I don't want the market cap to be over 100K. Oops. I mean, yeah, this looks just like Photon, right? Is it supposed to be faster? Is that why you guys love it? Much faster than Photon. Okay. And it was nice. They had limit orders before the Photon, so that was helpful. But available Photon now. Oh yeah, damn. The limit orders would have been that would have been my kicker. Yeah, if you do limit orders, man, it's great, right? So I actually tried the limit orders of photons for the first food limit orders on photon for the first time recently. Um, and it hit my target and it didn't complete the trade, so that sucked. But yeah, like if you have like limit orders on some of this stuff, right? Just set that target area, set it and forget it. It'd be nice. Use the web page, use the link, connect TG. I'll send you to a website and make everything for you. Check the pill page. What pill page this? Oh, Pump Vision? Yeah, I'm in Pump Vision's Discord. Is this where is this like the NFT thing? Uh yeah, I've been in Pump Vision Discord. Yeah, so what I was doing, it looks like just combines these two things. So I would have Pump Fun up on one screen and on the other screen have Photon. Then I'd copy the address and throw it in the Photon. So this would definitely be faster than that. Um okay, cool. I'll check it out. I'm not doing all this right this very second. You have to play around. I mean, you did ask me what my strategy would be, but like it's kind of the same as without knowing anything about the platform at all, right? It would just be the same as Photon. Those different settings and then jump into the chart and then watch to see how price action played out. Okay. All right, guys, it looks like this is a good place to kind of chill out. We did what 9:30, 10:30, 11:30, 11 hour and a half, closer to an hour minus the difficulties. But yeah, I'll be hanging out in the chat. Feel free to tag me. I'm literally just gonna be hanging out. So I'm gonna see where Bo wants me to put this recording, and yeah, I'll let you on the next one. Peace out.